And we are live. I do not know why the glass, the tipping like cup, has tilted over for some reason. Like maybe the tips were weighing a bit heavy or something. Okay, but we're not gonna focus on that. Welcome back to Chart Strikers, everybody. This is your host Dana. Hopefully you all have had a good day, a good week, and whatnot. Okay, so I'm a bit exhausted. I just came, like a few minutes later. Like it's been a few minutes, but I just ended a class with the Patreons, with the strikers, so a bit exhausted, but here right now. Ralph, glad you made it. It's been a while. Glad you made it. Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're fine. But yeah, it's gonna be a short stream, and glad to see your faces here, or your names at least. Okay, so we'll get with it, get onto it, right? Get with it. Whatever, I'm exhausted. Okay, so Bitcoin. It's been having a pretty decent play out, okay? Past 24 hours at least, right? Past 2 days. So what's going on? This is what's going on. We are at critical levels. Like on the last stream, I mentioned this, like buying around these levels would be buying around support, selling around these levels would be selling around support. Same thing around these areas until we see support breaking. Support broke, fine, then we know what is expected, next possible move would be. We wicked all the way down to this, support area. This is S2 daily time frame, an old support level. And after that, we wicked back up. And now we do have some resistance at prior support areas. Okay, prior support areas. We do have some resistance. But guys, this is not looking bad. This is not looking bad for Bitcoin. Let me tell you why. Now, Patreons, you probably know about this. Okay, I'm not going to get into depth now on the stream. But short story about what's going on, okay? We have some positive divergence on the daily. It's only gonna become invalid if we see a close below $25,000. Did we speak about this? Yes. Did we speak about what we needed to happen on the 5-day, 4-day, 3-day? Look at the prior 2 streams and you'll see what's going on. But short story, we are still holding above 25,000. We are at critical areas. We are at, levels of interest right now. We do have some nice positive divergence showing at the same time. Now, we need one thing. Now, first thing that I needed to see has already happened, which is to see a 4-hourly candle close at least above 26,300-ish. I did mention this last time, and also on Discord, I think maybe a few times. After that, this is our next resistance, right? I also mentioned this. Now we are at next resistance. Now, if we see any 4-hourly candle close above this level, it could get interesting. Like we could go all the way back up to around 28k, even 28.5. Very possible if that happens. If we can see a 4-hourly candle close above this level at least. Daily candle close, of course, much better. But if it happens on the 4-hourly, probabilities become higher that it's gonna happen on the daily. Like it's gonna continue with this, mini short-term bounce that I was talking about, like mentioning since the last stream. And I mentioned it because, yeah, we were at support. I was seeing a lot of things telling us it is possible, especially after a fast run of this style, of this type, right? And we can see it from the signal line and the MACD line as well, right? So this has happened. Mago, glad you made it. Like the OGs are here. Ralph and Mago are here. Let's see who else shows up. But yeah, this is what's going on. So nice divergence. As long as it holds above $25,000, this divergence is still developing. It's still in play, okay? We still haven't seen the green bars on the histogram, so this is still developing. But the chances are also higher, by the way things are looking right now, the chances are also higher this is only gonna be a short-term bounce, okay? Unfortunately for the bulls, this looks like it is gonna turn out to be a short-term bounce. I'm only gonna change my mind. if I see a daily candle close above 29,850-ish. Okay, somewhere around that level. I'll change my mind. Until that happens, I'm sticking with what I just said, okay? And on top of that, this is one beautiful hammer, right? This is one beautiful hammer. We're not gonna neglect this, okay? We just need to see a 4-hourly candle close or daily candle close. Daily, much better, but at least a 4-hourly candle close above this level. Let's have a look at the 12-hourly. 12-hourly, this beautiful DGF candle that I call DGF, right? It's beautiful. Okay, we got a push from there. We do have, let's see now, on the 12-hourly, we also have some nice divergence that I mentioned on the last stream, which is being like respected at the moment because look, MACD just turned bullish. Okay, we have our first green positive momentum, you know, on the histogram as well, right? Volume is coming in, it's building at the moment. So also nice divergence on the 12-hourly time frame. Looks like it's been respected. Okay, so if you can see a 12-hourly candle close above this level, even better, you know, chances are higher then that we could, you know, actually see these levels. This is gonna be an inverse BART, like the usual BARTs are something like this, and then we see a dump. Now it looks like we can get an inverse BART, right? Like it dumps and then something like this, and then we see a pump, and then we'll see what happens from there, right? So the short-term bounce that I was, you know, mentioning last time was very, very possible is here, and this I discuss often. Just because we see, you know, something developing on the 4-hourly or let's say even hourly, sometimes, you know, sometimes it happens. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen in 4 hours. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen in an hour. 4-hourly sometimes, you know, tend to take, you know, a few days. That is normal, okay? And hourly sometimes tends to take a day, 2 days. Sometimes it happens, right? So that's the daily, the 12-hourly, and the 4-hourly. Now let's have a look at the hourly, right? Hourly, our first support is around 26,130-ish. Okay, any close below that level, next support would be around, you know, 25.8-ish again. I don't see anything else until that area. Yeah, 25.8-ish. If we lose 25.8-ish, very, very decent chance that we could go all the way back to 25.3. Okay, that would be next support. So first support right here. Maybe there's no need for drawing it, but I'm gonna do it anyways because some people understand it better when they can see it visually, right? So for the sake of those, okay, we're gonna draw support right around these levels. This was old resistance, right? So we got support right here. So we got S1. We're talking about the hourly, okay? And if that doesn't hold, if we see any hourly candle close below 26,000, okay, then chances are much higher we go all the way down to 25.8. And if that doesn't hold, yeah, like there's support all the way down to 25.3, okay? So that's a Bitcoin, short and pretty, right? Yeah, nothing else to add. Nothing else to add. Still negative momentum on the oscillators in general. MACD is still bearish on the daily. RSI still weak, like all that. This was probably drawn some other day, so just gonna remove this. Hold on, and this one too. Yeah, and that's it. So for hourly candle close above this level, nice, like 26.8 actually, much better for those who are conservative. Okay, 26.8. Then yeah, there's a decent chance we could go all the way up to 27.8-ish or 28K if that happens. That is, if that criteria for the 4-hourly time frame is met. Okay, now let's head over to the Ethereum chart. You see, Ethereum, even though it's looking better than what it did a few days ago, I can't really say it's as good as Bitcoin. It's not looking as good as Bitcoin just yet, okay? But we do have some positive divergence on Ethereum as well. Like, yeah, sure, it's not the type A, but type B, we do have some positive divergence. Like, one could argue that RSI actually dropped a bit lower, you know, on the when it's compared to the price action of the candlesticks, right? One can argue, but that's why I'm saying it's type B, okay? So there is some positive divergence, not the strongest one, but it's here. If we can see any 4-hourly candle close above $1,700, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, $1,700, or let's just say 1,730 for those who are conservative. Then there's a very decent chance for Ethereum as to go all the way back up to at least 1,800-ish. And I did discuss this also on the last stream. If Bitcoin, by the way it was looking, you know, it looked like, you know, we could see a short-term bounce, and I streamed on Sunday last time, right? Since then, I did say also that if Bitcoin has a good, you know, nice short-term bounce, it's probably gonna drag some altcoins with it, which we are seeing right now, right? Besides, we still didn't break below critical areas for Ethereum. Like, we came all the way down to 1,547, and it's still looking fine, okay? MACD is still bearish on the daily. RSI is still weak on the daily. Let's have a look at the 12 hourly. If we see something more juicier on the 12 hourly, maybe. Not really. Pretty much the same. Yeah, we got positive momentum on the oscillators. MACD just went, you know, bullish. That is good. Okay, we'll see what happens when it reaches, you know, $1,800. If I can see a 4-hourly candle close above that level, sure, we could, you know, go a bit higher. But until that happens, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Yeah, okay, we got some... Yeah, if it fails to close above these levels, like ASAP, okay, let's say on this 4-hourly candle, again, it keeps on failing, we don't see a break above this level, it is gonna develop some negative divergence, which is gonna push the price, you know, back, you know, to the lower side, okay, downside, right? So that's what's going on with the Ethereum. Like, when it comes to support, if we see any close below 1,650-ish, okay, on the hourly, then there's a decent chance we could, you know, pull back a bit lower, you know, all the way down to 1,550. We do have support, so we could pull back down if that happens, that is, okay? So yeah, Ethereum on the hourly, you also see, you know, there was some sort of a shooting star, right? Pulled back down, but we're still, you know, holding above this 1,650-ish level. So for support, right here, around these levels, okay? Second one would be somewhere around these levels. And if this fails to hold, if the second one fails to hold, okay, and we're talking about the hourly, right? If it fails to hold, then yeah, we could, you know, pull back all the way down to these areas again. Very possible. On the 4-hourly, we do have some support around 1,580-ish, okay, 1,580-ish around these areas, right? So if you do not see any 4-hourly candle close, you know, below this level, then it's most likely we won't see this just yet. So everybody's aware of the different scenarios. So this is S1 on the hourly. We got S2. And then you already know what we need to hold, what levels we need to hold on the 4-hourly time frame, you know, for this to like hold on, for the bulls, you know, to get some type of chance, right? So that's Ethereum. What else am I forgetting? Okay, on the 4-hourly, first resistance would be around 1,750-ish. Okay, 1,750-ish. Let me just mark it for you. Hold on. There you go. right by this heart line, really. That is, if we can see a close above this level, at least, okay, an hourly candle close above 1,700-ish, then there's a decent chance we could go a bit higher to that 4 hourly, you know, resistance. But on the daily, there is not much resistance really until all the way to $1,800. So let's just mark this one and we'll move on with the next altcoin. Okay, awesomeness. Let's see. Next. Cardano. Like me and the Patreons, like we are a bit tired because, you know, long day and then a class of, I think it was probably an hour, a bit over an hour. So our brains are a bit fried, like from all, you know, the downloads and the talking and the teaching and whatnot. But we're here, we're soldiers, we're here. Like Jack said, we're soldiers, strikers. Okay, Cardano. Okay, Cardano's looking, it's actually looking beautiful on the daily, especially, okay, for now. I'd love to see a close above 0.276-ish. Let's just say 0.28, okay, to be a bit more clear, 0.28 for a daily push to at least, you know, 0.31, 0.32-ish. Until that happens, it is what it is. On the daily, we do have negative momentum on the oscillators. MACD is curling upwards. We might see a bullish MACD crossover. We do have some positive divergence as well. Beautiful. Okay, good. On the 4 hourly, let's see. On the 4 hourly, resistance is around 0.2744. So if you can't see a break above that level, most likely that we won't see this next resistance, 0.29-ish to 0. You know, 2950, somewhere around that level. This resistance was an old resistance. It already got respected, then it, you know, rolled over again. So I'm gonna remove this live as usual. So yeah, that's your first resistance right here, right now. First resistance has changed. We gotta adapt to the market, otherwise we are gonna get wrecked, right? So we got R2 here, we got R1 here. What do the pros do? The pros adapt. They adapt. They do not get stuck in their ways of thinking when it comes to trading. Because if you do, most likely the chances are you're gonna get, you know, wrecked more than anything else. So we adapt. First resistance right here. First support would be around 0.262-ish. Any close below that level, yes, we could pull back all the way down to 0.25. You know, loss of 0.25, very possible. So that is Cardano on the 4 hourly. Let's have a look at the, look at the oscillators, right? Oscillators telling us the same thing. If it fails to close above this level, like we might develop, you know, some negative divergence, and then it helps it push down. Okay, we do have some negative divergence showing already on both oscillators. Like it's developing, it's not done yet, it's not done developing, but it's definitely showing. Okay, let's have a look at the hourly. Okay, MACD is bullish, positive momentum on the oscillators. But we are close to resistance, and we're also showing signs of some negative divergence. Like unless we see a close above that 0.275-ish level, okay, 0.273-ish. Let's, yeah, 0.273, 0.275-ish level. It's most likely to roll over again. Okay, that's what's most likely to happen. That's Cardano. You already know about the resistance, you know about the support we need to hold. Like, yeah, it's still holding above this critical area, this red dashed line. It's still holding above that level. Like, there's not much to say. That is not a bad thing. But if we see, again, if we see any weekly candle close below 0.25-ish, it's probably not the best thing for Cardano. Okay, just letting you know in case, you know, we'll see what happens on the weekly in 4 days, but just saying. Okay, let's have a look at so far. Let's see. We've had a look at PA that is done. We've had a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. Now BNB, Ripple next, and we'll call it a show because I'm pretty exhausted. I never thought I was gonna say this ever in a while, like in a good while. But looks like I'm gonna be saying this. But I really didn't think Binance would do something like this. Like, honestly, I didn't. But since it's telling us there is a decent chance that the bulls might actually do something this time, and we could see it, you know, at least come to $232, I'm letting you know chances are looking much better for BNB coin at the moment. Much better, okay? Especially on the daily. Okay, so we do have some positive divergence, not surprising, you know, looking at what's going on. We do have some positive divergence on BNB, which is a good thing. Okay, from this point to this point, we do have some positive divergence. Still negative momentum on the oscillators. MACD is still a bearish. RSI still low, but guys, it's not looking as bad as it did. Okay? We need to see a 4-hourly candle close above $220 at least, you know, for that daily target to get hit. First resistance, which would be around $230, something like that. You know, after that, like, there's not much until 240, something like that. And then, you know, level by level, we'll take level by level. But so far, on the daily, not hating on this. Our support would be, first support would be around $210, and then all the way around the lows of $200 for hourly. Oscillators, positive momentum on the oscillators. We are on the verge of respecting some bad divergence though, if we do not see a close above $218 at least. Let's just say $220. But if we do not see a 4-hourly candle close above that level, this and it gets, you know, keeps on being rejected around this level, there's a very decent chance that this could pull back down again, you know, to at least, you know, 210, and we'll see what happens. But major support on the 4-hourly as well is all the way on the, you know, on the lows of $200, at the lows of $200. Okay, gotta have a sip of water. Hold on, guys. Sip of water. Feel like a machine. I'm just, you know, going on and on and on. Hold on. And back. Okay. So that's BNB. If we do not see a close above $220 for hourly, keep on being rejected here with that, you know, negative divergence that we're seeing, there's a decent chance that we pull back a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at the 12 hourly if we see anything interesting. 12 hourly looks like, you know, most of them have already developed, you know, this positive momentum on the histogram, which is not a bad thing. Let's have a look. Okay, so we got some, like I just mentioned, we got some positive, you know, momentum on the oscillators. Not a bad thing. Positive histogram at the moment. We also have some positive divergence for BNB on the 12 hourly. I honestly didn't think I'd be having this much positive things to say about BNB, but here I am. When it comes to the chart, at least, okay, there's a lot of good things, you know, showing at the moment. 12 hourly on daily. So yeah, but then again, like, we need some follow through. We need to break above, you know, certain criteria need to be met. Like, we need to break above that 4-hourly resistance that I just mentioned, for that, you know, daily resistance to get hit, and so on and so forth. You already know the story, right? As I always talk about on those, you know, in the streams. So yeah, okay, positive momentum already discussed. MACD is turning bullish. We got bullish MACD crossover on the 12 hourly, which is not a bad thing. Let's have a look at the hourly as well. Yeah, hourly is showing also that we are at resistance. Like we need to see a close. We need to see an hourly candle close above $220 as well. Just like I just mentioned, what we need to do for the 4-hourly, it's pretty much the same on the hourly. Okay, so we need a close above $220. So your brains imprint this in your brains. Critical levels $220. So we need to see a close above that level for this, to push a bit higher to the upside, right? There's no positive divergence, nothing like that. Negative divergence already playing out at the moment. We got, bearish MACD crossover on the hourly as well. Let's see if there's anything else I can pull out from here. Yeah, nothing. We need to see a close above $218 to $220 for this, to push a bit higher. Simple as that. Okay. So we already know about the resistance, we know about the support loss of $200, major support, but first we need to see a close below $210, $212 at least on the hourly, for it to pull down a bit lower. If that doesn't happen, we might not just see the loss of $200 just quite yet. And yes, it's a difference of a matter of a few dollars here and there, but still, I'm still gonna give you my unbiased TA, so here you go. Okay, so that is BNB. That is BNB. So guys, if there are no requests, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, a minute or two, in case you guys have any requests. And if you don't, we're gonna call it a show because, like I said, if I'm gonna add up the class I just had, I've probably been streaming now for 2.5 hours, something like that. So gotta get some rest. So yeah. The floor is yours if there are any requests, and if there are none, we're gonna call this show a day and move on. Awesomeness, Mago. I see there are no requests from your side. Cool. Ralph, no requests from your side as well. Awesomeness, cool. Yeah, so then I guess we'll call it a show, like as usual. If you enjoyed the streams, do not forget to smash that like. For those of you watching it, after it's recorded as well, do not forget to smash that like and hit that bell and, hit that notification button so you don't miss the streams and so on and so forth. Plus, if you want to join our Discord community where we're much more active, like with many others that are smart, like-minded people, make sure to join Discord. The link is down below in the video description. And for those of you who want to join Patreon and the classes, that we have in tutorials and whatnot, just, support the stream, especially for that reason, then go ahead and join Patreon. You also have the link on the description below. And by the way, for those of you who want to join Patreon, you can join at any day now. You don't have to wait for the end of the month. So I've tweaked it because I've had requests because some people wanted to join in the middle. So now you can join in the middle of the month. If you join on the 10th of June, you'll be charged again on the next month of the 10th of on the 10th of June on the next month again. Okay, my tongue is getting real tight. Like, much love to all of you. Thank you for all the love, the likes, the contributions, and everything else. Warms my heart. And take care, happy trading, safe trading, and I'll see you on the next one. Good night.